Hey everyone, Jason here, aspiring entrepreneur and digital marketing consultant. And in this video, you're going to discover how to use YouTube InStream ads to grow your channel and generate leads for your email list or business. Now, these are the exact same tactics and strategies I've personally been using for myself to grow my own channel and clients' channels, as well as generate hundreds of leads for myself and clients. And the reason that we're able to do this for just pennies per view is because there's a massive opportunity with YouTube ads right now that you can capitalize on before the big advertisers come back and before people figure out how to be effective with YouTube ads, which is what you're going to learn in this tutorial. So make sure you keep watching till the end, because in step number 4, I'm going to be actually diving into the Google Ads interface to show you exactly how to properly structure your campaign so you don't lose any money on a bad ad campaign. So the first thing you need to know to be successful with YouTube InStream ads is know what they actually are. So what we're talking about are the ads that pop up before a video plays. So you've probably been browsing YouTube, you go to watch a video, and then an ad plays in front of it before you can watch the video that you actually wanted to watch. That's what we're talking about here. That's a YouTube InStream ad. Now, what's key is to understand how you're charged for these ads. So someone watches, and then after 5 seconds, they can skip. Now, to you as an advertiser, you actually don't have to pay until someone watches at least 30 seconds of the ad. So if they don't skip in the first 5 seconds, they watch another 10 to 15 seconds, and then they skip, you still don't pay. So it's really important to remember that that first 30 seconds is critical to getting someone to continue watching the ad, but you also don't pay for those first 30 seconds until they continue watching past that 30-second mark. So that's really important to note. The other important thing to note is we're actually going to be using Google Ads, previously known as AdWords, to set up these. These are not set up inside of YouTube. They're set up inside of Google Ads. But in step number 4, we'll walk through all of that. So the first step to success with your YouTube ads is choosing a goal. Now, typically, they're one of 2 goals that you're going to have with your YouTube InStream ads. You're either going to be attracting new subscribers or driving link clicks to a website. Those are the 2 actions that I recommend for InStream ads. Of course, you can check out the channel for how to do discover YouTube ads and the different types of things you can do with those to help rank your videos or just get more views. But for YouTube InStream ads, you either want to have them clicking a link to subscribe to your channel or clicking a link to go to your website. And so you want to pick which one you want. You definitely don't want an ad that's trying to do both. You really want campaigns and ads that are laser focused on one of those 2 goals. And so once you have your goal, you're ready to start writing the ad. To do this, we're going to be going through my little ad formula here and go through each part of this diagram so you can see how a typical YouTube ad breaks down and what types of content and copy you should have in each part. And the first part of your ad is the hook. And the hook is arguably the most important because it's the first 30 seconds and it's what's going to determine whether or not people continue to watch and actually understand what you're offering. So here, all you're trying to do is to get people to keep watching. And you can do this by calling out exactly who it's for or talking about a specific result that they're going to be able to achieve as a result of continuing to watch the ad or taking action on what you want. So a quick example of a good hook would be, hey YouTubers, I've just figured out this really awesome way to rank videos, and in this video I want to share with you 3 simple keys to helping you rank your videos and attract more views. Now, I actually am going to be detailing all of this on and then that'll go into the call to action part in a second. Now, that's really condensed. You have 30 seconds to kind of draw it out and talk a little more. But what's really key with that example is, number 1, I said, hey YouTubers, or I could say, hey fellow creator. Now, if someone's not a YouTuber or not a fellow creator, it automatically disqualifies them and they're going to skip the ad because they know it's not for them. However, if they see the ad and they go, hey, yeah, I'm a creator. Hey, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. Then we've called them out. We say, this is for you. So it's just as important to call out who it's for as it is to eliminate everybody else, because you don't want to pay for views of people who aren't qualified for what you're offering. And so it's a really great way to make sure that whoever's not a creator or not a YouTube person won't keep watching the ad. And then I went straight into a result that I've been able to get, something that would be interesting to a creator YouTuber. Now, ranking videos on YouTube is relatively hard these days because it's so competitive. And so if I can make an offer saying, hey, fellow creator, hey, fellow YouTuber, here's how you can rank your videos, it's going to be interesting, right? It's going to catch their attention and it's going to help solve a problem. So that's really what you want to be doing in the hook, is calling specifically out to who you want to view your ad and then talk about a result that you can help them get that they really want. So you're solving a pain point for them. The next step is the CTA+USP intro. And the reason that this is so jumbled is because this is going to depend on who you're advertising to. So I'm going to start with the introduction. If you're advertising to an audience of people who already know you, then probably just saying, hey, Jason here, and I have this super cool, awesome thing. That's probably all you need to do. If you're advertising to a cold audience, you're going to need a few seconds to introduce who you are and then build some credibility. And the fastest way to build credibility is to say what you do, give an example of something that you've achieved, or have a B-roll shot or screen shot of the results that you've been able to achieve. So a way a lot of people do this in the make money niche, they're going to be showing themselves on a private jet. They're going to be showing themselves driving a really nice car. Right? On the other end, I could be showing screenshots of a bunch of videos that I'd ranked on page number 1. That would show that, hey, this guy actually knows what he's doing. Now, back it up a little bit. So the first part of this is the call to action. And so once you're done with your hook, you actually want to say, click or tap the link, top right on mobile, bottom left on, or top right on mobile, bottom left on desktop. I always forget that I have to do it reverse. And to claim your spot or to subscribe or to get this free, fill in the blank. So after the first 30 seconds of that hook, you want to immediately tell them what you want them to do. And so you've hooked them in, they're still watching, so you might as well say, hey, take the action, please. And then we'll go into the results and pain reversal in a second. So once you have that call to action, then you state your unique selling proposition. Keeping with the YouTube example, I just talked about how I could help rank the videos. And so I would go into the call to action saying, and if you want to get my free cheat sheet, go ahead and click top right on mobile, bottom left on desktop to get your cheat sheet for a limited time. And this is the only cheat sheet that you're going to find that's going to allow you to quickly rank your videos irrespective of how many subscribers you currently have. So what I just said there, irrespective of how many subscribers you currently have, the only is the unique selling proposition. What makes this different than everything else they've seen? So it's really important that you call out, this is what's different. Of course, if it's not the only or if it's not really different, then you should probably change what you're offering. So once you've done that and you've introduced yourself a little bit, the next step is to present the benefits of taking action and then handle common objections. So how can they get what they want without doing the things that they don't want to do? So you see this in the weight loss industry a lot. They talk about not having to go to the gym, not having to change your diet, only having to work out like once a day in your home or only once a week, using this special equipment or special workout or something like that. So this is just where you really dive in on this is what you're going to get, this is what you're going to learn, and this is what you're not going to have to do. And so you do that for 45 to 60 seconds. And then the next step, you follow it up with a big mistake. And so this is a great place to differentiate yourself from everybody else who's advertising. I really like doing this because you can either say, and on my channel, I debunk all of the YouTube advertising myths, or in this webinar, you're going to learn about the 3 big mistakes that new YouTubers make that sabotage their success when it comes to trying to rank videos. So something that positions you as a contrarian. And if there's a specific common held belief or term or strategy that everybody else in the industry is using, and you can stand up and say, don't do that, it's a really great way to differentiate yourself and actually build additional credibility, because it's showing your viewers that you're not like everybody else. You're not drinking the Kool-Aid like everybody else. You really do have a different way, and you're going to tell them why what they've heard in the past is completely wrong. And then finally, we'll end with another call to action where you just say, so go ahead and click the link, top right on mobile, bottom left on desktop to claim your XYZ, or to register for webinar ABC, or to subscribe to the channel so you can learn more about how to rank your videos, or so you can learn more about how to lose weight without hitting the gym 5 days a week, or whatever your value proposition is. You'll kind of reinstate that, kind of like what you did in the first call to action section. And then finally, this is so important with InStream YouTube ads, have a blank screen at the end. Just leave the screen blank, something like this, where you have arrows pointing and it says click the link to get XYZ. You restate what your offer is, you restate why they should be clicking the link, and just leave it there for a while, because it's really important that you give people a chance to click the link, because people who are engaged with your video, they're watching it, and then if it just ends and it goes straight into the video that they were going to be watching, they didn't have a chance to click because you were still talking and then the video just instantly cut off. So make sure you have that end screen. It's kind of crazy how many YouTube InStream ads I see that just immediately end and don't have that end screen telling people to click. You want to give people a chance to click. So that is all there is to it, to the basics of writing a YouTube ad. This is something that's probably going to take you the longest out of this entire process. And so once you've written the script, you'll actually, for the hook section, you're going to want to write multiple hooks because that's the part that you're going to want to test. So when it comes to recording, which is the next step, you're going to want to record multiple takes, multiple times. Even if you feel like you nailed it the first time, just do it over and over and over and over again. You can use a teleprompter app. You can use a teleprompter app if you're finding it really hard to remember. What's really important though is you preview where your eyes are, because if you're just using a teleprompter and you're never looking directly into the camera and you're just looking in the center of the screen like I am right now, like this is where my teleprompter would be, but you can tell that I'm not actually looking at the camera. You really want to make sure that you get your script down enough where you can be looking at the camera and not looking somewhere else, down at your notes or something, or glancing up back and forth while you're recording. So it's really important that you keep that eye contact while you're doing the video. It's very, very hard and it's very, very annoying, especially if you have multiple hooks like I'm suggesting, but you'll get through it and you'll be thankful because you won't be wasting any money on ads where people just don't want to watch it because you're talking and you're talking over here because you're just blatantly reading something else, right? So once you've done all your recording, then go ahead and start looking at what you can do with B-rolls or action shots or graphics. I definitely recommend doing the script, recording the script, and then adding layers on top of it. And so this is a little screenshot from one of my YouTube ads projects. And you can see here, there are actually 6 hooks for this one ad. And so what we do is I record different versions of the hook, and then I record different versions of the end part, the static part. And I take the best version of the static part and I use that for all 6 of these ads. And then all I do is I change the first 30 seconds. And so this way I have 6 different ads to test. I have 6 different hooks to test, but I'm not recording 6 completely different videos. I'm only changing the first 30 seconds because that first 30 seconds is what's most critical. Then of course I could go back later on and say, you know what, hook number 5 and 2 work the best. Then I might go and change the static part to see if I can improve the results. But really that first 30 seconds is really all you want to be messing with when you're trying to test. So now that you've got the ad written, you've got it recorded, you have your different testing and hooks, it's time to talk about how to properly structure your YouTube InStream ads campaign. Before we dive into the Google Ads interface, let's go through some rules of thumb to help you stay organized when you start making your campaigns and ad groups. And that is have one campaign for one video and one ad group for one targeting type. This is really, really important to staying organized. So this is what your account structure will look like. Of course, you can change this in the future as you become more comfortable with the Google Ads interface. This is just something that I personally use when I started and what I actually still use for most client accounts to keep things really clean, because KISS, just keep it simple, stupid. This is the way to do it when you're just getting started. So at the campaign level, you have one campaign for one video ad. So you saw I had multiple hooks in that previous screenshot. That's all still one ad. So I will put all of those different versions in one campaign. But if I had a completely different style of video, I would not put it in this campaign. I would create another campaign for that one. So here you can see we have the campaign, and then underneath that we have ad groups. And inside the ad groups, you're going to be testing your keywords, your channels, your audience, pretty much all of your targeting. And then inside the ad group is where your actual ads will go. And so in this particular instance, you'll have your ad group, and then you'll have 2 different versions of the same video. So you'll have hook number 1 and hook number 2, and then ad group number 2 could be hook number 1 and hook number 3, or ad group 3 could be hook number 3 and hook number 5. But what's important is you just have 2 versions of the same ad inside your ad group to keep yourself from going insane. And at the ad group level, you want to be choosing one type of targeting and then one actual target. So, and we'll go through what that actually means in practicality in a second. So in the ad groups, you can target keywords, audiences, channels, and remarketing. And so remarketing are people who've previously seen a video on your channel or have been subscribed to your channel or liked or some sort of engagement metric, or they visited a particular page on your website. Keywords are just search phrases. So, you go to YouTube and you type in how to search something, that's keywords, those are search phrases. The best type of targeting to start with is actually similar channels and audiences that Google actually provides for you. So Google actually has a list of pre-done types of interests and topics that you can choose from, so you can target people based upon the interest or topic that they're engaging with. Personally, I think channels is the best way to go because it gives you enough people to target, because if your targeting is too small, you're going to pay a really hefty premium. But if your targeting is really broad, like it is with the audiences, then you might get a bunch of people who aren't really related to what you want. So targeting a bunch of different channels is a great way to go when you're just getting started. Okay, so this is what the YouTube ads interface looks like. Chances are you aren't going to have any campaigns running when you first log in. But first, what we're going to do is click on campaigns and then click this giant blue plus button at the top. And then you'll be given a list of options of the different types of campaigns you can set up. Just go ahead and click on the last one, and then you'll be able to select video because you want maximum control over the campaign that you're setting up. So in this particular instance, we'll go ahead and give this campaign a name, and then I'm just going to say what it's for. Let's say this is for subs. Let's make it simple. For subscribers, your daily budget, this is just something that you are going to tell Google how much you are willing to pay. So whatever you're willing to pay, go ahead and just cut it in half for your first campaign. I'm willing to pay $5 a day, so I'm going to put it at $2.50 a day. And the reason I recommend doing this is because, especially when you're just getting started, you don't want to waste your money and then find out later that something worked incorrectly or something was set up incorrectly. So it just saves you from wasting your money. Start and end dates, typically I leave these alone, and that's because it's going to take at least 24 to 48 hours for your video ad to be approved. And then the end date I only use if I know for a fact I definitely want to stop running ads, but typically I just let the ads keep going. So networks is very important that you take off video search partners. The results that you get from the display network in this particular instance, not good at all. Let's just keep it on YouTube. Languages, you can set your language, your locations, your bidding strategy. Typically, you'll leave these the same. Locations is important, especially if you're targeting the EU. If you're going to be targeting the EU, make sure you have your GDPR, whatever the frick they call it. You have that set up properly on your website. And then inventory type, this is something that is probably going to be contrarian to most people. So you used to be able, you can see down here that they still have it, be able to be pretty granular with the type of content you did or did not show up on. But this kind of goes into why YouTube is such a great opportunity right now, is because big advertisers hate this, right? They absolutely hate all of this content. And for small guys and gals like us, we should love this content. So I actually go with extended inventory. And the reason I do that is because now you are going to be able to place your ads on videos that other people are saying they don't want to show their ads on. And because you do that, your ad costs are going to be down here. So the extended inventory, the ad costs are down here. The standard or limited inventory, the ad costs are going to be here and here. So it's just a great way to reduce your ad costs. And the point is to target the right people, right? With your targeting, you're being very specific on who you want to target. So it doesn't really matter what they're watching as long as you're targeting the right person. And that's just me. So that's just me. If you think it matters, then go ahead and leave it on standard inventory. Your costs are going to be significantly higher. Now, we're going to go ahead and click on additional settings here. And frequency capping is something that I think you should really consider, especially as you start to scale, because you want to make sure that you're not bombarding people with your ad over and over and over again. So typically, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't frequency cap by views. I would just frequency cap by impressions, and impressions is the number of times the video shows up. So if your video shows up, I start talking, hey, check it out, I got this new thing, and then they skip after 5 seconds, that counts as an impression. If they watch past 30 seconds, that counts as a view. And so I tend to limit impressions because if they skip my ad 5 times in a day, I don't want to show up a 6th. Or if they skip my ad 3 times in a row, I don't want to show up a 7th. And so you can just set it, like let's say I don't want to show up more than 3 times per day, per campaign. You can do it per ad or per ad group. So because of the way we're structuring our campaigns and we're not putting multiple ads in one campaign, then just leave it at the campaign level. And we'll go ahead, and another advanced thing you can do is under schedule here, you can actually have up to 6 time blocks per day. So what you can come in here and do, it's very tedious, is actually change to 4 a.m. So you do 12 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 12, 12 to 4, 4 to 8 p.m., and then 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. And so you do that 6 blocks for every single day of the week. And what that will allow you to do is Google will actually tell you which days and times of day that your ads really perform the best. Of course, if you're only spending a couple dollars a day, don't bother doing this. This is just something that nerdy Jason really likes doing with his campaigns. So next we have the ad group name. And so this is, remember, we just finished the campaign level. So now we're in the ad group where we're actually going to be doing our targeting and our ads. So we'll just say YouTube ad 1, and this is YTM. And then so that's my naming convention for the ad. And then we'll be targeting channel 1, right? And then the next ad group would be channel 2, and then channel 3, and then channel 4. So this is channel 1. So bidding type maximum cost per view, that's what CPV stands for. So you're typically going to put this anywhere between 5 to 10 cents. I'm just going to put it at 5 cents. And then popular videos bid adjustment, I just leave that alone. There's no great reporting data to really figure out how well that's going to work in the long run or not for you. So next we have demographics. Typically, I just leave all of this alone because remember, anything that you change here will increase the cost of your ads. It will improve who you're targeting, but it will also increase the cost of your ads. So if you're running ads for the first time, just leave it. Just leave it, see what happens. Collect the data, and then if the data tells you 18 to 24 or 45 to 54-year-olds who are parents hate your video ad, well then you can turn those off, and then the next campaign you do, you won't have that set up as a targeting. So just leave those alone. And then audiences, so this is what's important, right? This is where you actually want to choose whether you're targeting an interest or an in-market. And so these are the ones that Google sets up for you. Or you can have remarketing. So you can see here you have similar audiences or YouTube users, and you see here that I can target people based on they've watched a video, they've commented on a video, they've visited my channel page. So these are just all my different remarketing lists. And as we're starting, we actually don't need to worry about audiences because we're actually going to want to go to placements. And so placements is where we're going to be able to target specific channels, keywords, and topics. Keywords are those search phrases that I talked about. Topics is just another set of audiences that Google has for you. You can see Google has a lot of audiences for you. You're going to find the most success just targeting channels. So we can go to YouTube channels, and here you probably want to have a list of channel URLs, or you can just search for them. I'm just going to search for myself. Hopefully I pop up, and that's me right there. The other reason you want the URL is because they don't actually show the thumbnails. I just know 348 is the number of videos I've done. And now this ad group is targeting just Jason Whaling, my channel. Of course, you don't want to target your own channel. And then it's time for your video, right? So Jason Whaling, YouTube ads. So what you want to do with your video ads is you're going to upload them as an unlisted video on your channel. So this will ensure that people don't find it organically on accident, but it will still allow you to run it as an in-stream ad. Do not put it as private. If you put it as private, it's not going to work. It has to be unlisted. So I've chosen, this random video here. Of course, you're going to be more targeted with your video. You just paste in your unlisted video URL and it's going to work. And I'm going to select InStream. And so InStream is, as you can see here in the preview, the video that's going to pop up before the video they actually want to watch. So this is just a random vlog, and then you can go ahead and put the URL. So if you're driving subscribers, go ahead and put your YouTube subscriber URL here. If you're driving people to a website, go ahead and put your website here. And so I'll just put jw.com, even though that's not actually mine. And then your display URL, you can make it look nicer, especially if you have like /landing/campaign1 456. I don't know, whatever, especially if you have some UTM parameters in here, which you probably aren't messing with. You just want your display URL to be nice and clean. And then companion banners. This is another big trap. So when it comes to what you're paying, remember at the beginning of the tutorial, I said that you only pay if someone watches 30 seconds. This is an asterisk to that though. If you upload an image for your campaign, companion banner, you're going to be charged no matter what, because the companion banner is something that will show up here to the right of the video, and if you upload a custom image, it's going to count as a view automatically. So you actually don't want to do this. You'll probably see larger advertisers do this, and that's just because either they're being ineffective or they just know that their targeting is good enough where they can leave that. But especially if you're on a budget, don't put up custom companion banner, because that's going to eliminate that 30-second threshold for paying. You're automatically going to pay every single time because your companion banner will stay there even if they skip the ad. And then of course you'll go ahead and click save and continue. And after the page loads, you'll hit the campaign that you just set up. Now this is a different campaign just for example purposes. And so what you want to do is now you want to create another ad group. And so you'll go in and you'll click to create a new ad group. You'll give the ad group a name. You'll go ahead and use the same cost per view. You'll go down to placements again. You'll click on YouTube channels, and then you'll search a channel. Like let's say we want to target CNN. I don't know. CNN. So we click on CNN. Now we're targeting CNN with this. And then of course, YouTube ads. We're going to select the same video. We're going to select InStream, and we're going to put it to the same URL, JW. And then we'll go ahead and click save and continue. I'm just going to click cancel, leave. And you do that over and over again for every single channel that you wanted to target. Now, if you have multiple ads, like let's say you have hook 1, hook 2, hook 3, hook 4, what you can do is you can click on the individual ad groups here, and then you can click the big plus once you're inside the ad group to add another video ad here. So for example, I could click on Google Ads tutorial, then when I clicked save and continue, it would show up right underneath this video as another video that's being tested. And so that's really all there is to it inside of the ads interface. If you want to learn more about how to use Google Ads and the new AdWords Alpha interface, there's a link in the description to a 50-minute tutorial on exactly how to do just that. There's a lot in here, and so that's just a brief overview of how to get your campaign set up. And with that, we're on the home stretch. Just one more step, and that one more step is testing. So now that you have your campaign set up, you've written your ad, you've recorded it, you've edited it, you have different hooks, you're ready to start figuring out which one of those hooks work, you're ready to start figuring out which channels work the best for you to target, and maybe you might even find that targeting keywords or targeting Google's done-for-you audiences work the best. It's all about testing. This is a never-ending process. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button and then subscribe, because over on the channel, I'm documenting the entire process of what it takes to grow a YouTube channel and build a business from scratch. And YouTube ads are just one big piece of growing your channel successfully and quickly, along with generating leads for your business. So if you have any questions, go and drop them in the comment section below, because I read and reply to every single one. I'm very much looking forward to hearing how your YouTube ads perform. So go ahead and comment below with your questions, hit that like button, subscribe, and as always, keep building the business you love. Take care.